Broskies, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another unboxing coming at y'all live, where we're going to be unboxing the new Ava Max album, both the CD and the vinyl. Well, two vinyls actually. There's two exclusive ones that came out. Yes, so in celebration for her new album, for her third studio album, she released some physical media. We've got some stuff to look at today, which I'm very excited about because I listened to the album already and I love it to death, and I can't wait to not only add this album to my collection, but also be able to now have all three of her albums physically, right? Maybe not all on CD, but like at least like vinyl wise, physically. Now let's start off with the CD itself, because you know it's a simple one. It's a little bit of the lesser of the extremes, if that makes any sense. Now the album came out literally less than a month ago, or I guess at the time of recording this, came out August 22nd of this year, and it's been an album that I've been heavily anticipating. I've enjoyed her music for like since maybe last fall, and I became a huge fan very quickly. So definitely excited to see what this has in store for us. So going in first into the CD, we have the main vinyl, or the main cover for this one, of her in that like fiery triangle. And then on the back, very hard to see just because of the color choices, but it basically shows off all the tracks that are on the album. Very, very difficult to see, but could have maybe gone for a better color scheme. That's just my personal opinion. Let's open up the album and see what the CD has. I definitely want to check out the CD itself, and of course also the sleeve inside, and see what like it has in store. Now, interestingly enough about this album, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to get an earlier release, maybe like sometime last year or something. But the original plans for the album got scrapped, and it became basically something way different to what she originally had planned for her third studio album. Songs like My Oh My and Spot a Fake, which are like two of my favorites from her, sadly got left out off the album in favor of different tracks. Maybe they just didn't fit well enough with the direction this album was going, or they just like weren't popular enough. I don't know. Different reasons behind those two tracks being left off. Very disappointing. Hopefully there's a deluxe at some point that adds them back. I don't know. But here we go. We have the CD itself going into things. Interesting. So the CD is a pretty colorful combo of like maybe like an orangish or like a red and like a pink. Again, kind of muted, so a little bit difficult to see. But in the back of the sleeve, we just got some pictures of her, a little bit of a collage there. Okay, let me check out the booklet itself though, what it has in store. Okay, so looking at it already, just very, very simple actually. It just goes through each of the different tracks and basically shows off some credits on the tracks, and of course the lyrics, with some of them having like a bit of a different font than the others. We have stuff like Sucks to Be My Ex, which is like my top song on the album. Amazing, amazing song. Lost Your Faith, some of the singles that came out beforehand, before the album came out. Skin in the Game, and then the last two tracks. And then at the end, it kind of ends off with an extra photo of her on that side, and then of course that collage we saw earlier. A bit of a simple idea for the inside of the album sleeve, but you know what? I enjoy it. I like the idea behind it. Sometimes it can be a lot more extravagant, sometimes it can be a lot more simple, and I'm not going to complain about either of them. But that is the CD. Nothing really too crazy, but hey, still, obviously I was gonna get it for the collection, because why the heck wouldn't I? Now it's time to go into what I'm mostly excited for, of course, the records. Now, when this album was available for pre-order back in late June, I decided to get all three of the things that were released for it. That being, of course, the CD and two different versions of the vinyl. There's one red one and there's one yellow one, and we'll get to see those more in person, which I'm definitely very excited for. How does this stuff even open? It's like a weird, okay, what are you even doing here, buddy? Oh, that's weird. Okay, sometimes these vinyl packages like confuse the absolute crap out of me. I know they shouldn't, because I've opened so many of these in the past few years, but it's like, I don't know, they still get me sometimes. And of course, there's another side that still needs to be cut. All right, let's see what we got inside. Okay, here we go. So here are the two, sheesh. Here are the two vinyls for the album. So we got one, let me put this aside. So we got one that is obviously the translucent yellow vinyl, and then the other one, which is the translucent red vinyl. Now, maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, why'd you even get two of them if you're only really going to play one of them? I don't know. I like the collector inside me likes to get a lot of stuff, and I kind of just wanted to support the album. So like, you know, I decided to get both of them. But which one do I open? I feel like both colors fit very well with the theme of the album. I could theoretically just go for both, you know what I'm saying? But then like if I do, then I won't know which one is which, you know? So it's kind of like a bit of a toss-up. You know what? Just for y'all, I'm gonna open both of them to see the full extent, to really get the full review. Obviously, here's the back, by the way, very similar to the CD. Just, yeah, all the tracks on the album, and like, again, not the best color combination, but you know, people are gonna mostly pay attention to the actual cover, not the back cover, so I gotta keep that in mind. And when this album came out, honestly, I was kind of obsessed with it. There were, honestly, most of the tracks, basically almost all of the tracks, I enjoyed heavily. Sucks to Be My Ex is obviously the one that stuck out to me the most. That one's just by far my favorite out of all the tracks. It's such a good track. Oh my gosh, I hear myself, I end up listening to that track a lot, like every day. It's incredible. I absolutely love World Smiles Violin. That's also a good banger. Skin in the Game is also one that's been like heavily on repeat lately. And there's so many good tracks on the album. If you haven't listened to it yet, please do. It's a great album. If you like Ava Max, if you like this kind of pop music, then you're probably gonna enjoy this. So going into things, we have a bit of like hold on, is this the poster? Okay, I thought it was the poster for a second, but it's a mini booklet, basically showcasing again all the tracks, their credits, and of course their lyrics. And in the back of it, or like the covers, is just that a bigger version of that photo that was inside the CD booklets. But then of course the sleeve for the record, we've got a picture of her right there, and then a similar, more of a collage on the back. Okay, nice. Can't complain about that. Looking into the record itself, oh my gosh, it looks freaking good. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna come up on the video, on camera, but in person this looks amazing. Oh my goodness, absolutely adore translucent colored vinyls like this. They look beautiful. So in the center, we've got kind of like that color scheme that's been very prevalent throughout the album. And then on this side, we have more of like a black and red on the inner paper sleeve of it. But man, I just can't get over how beautifully done this record is. I love the color so much. I mean, the yellow one's probably gonna look really good, but this one, I think by far, is worth it enough. I think it's so worth getting this. Oh my gosh. If you want something that's just eye candy, yeah, go for these translucent colors because they look beautiful. They look genuinely gorgeous. So let's put the sucker back. Let's take a look at the other one, at the yellow one. Open that one up. All right, going into the yellow vinyl for the unboxing, there's something that I have noticed specifically with this album compared to a lot of other ones that I have like unboxed recently, or just in general have bought for the collection. Now, I've noticed a lot of artists lately have been really enjoying doing double folds releases for their vinyls, where if you guys have seen like my last two like weekend unboxings, those were like a double fold kind of vinyl where it kind of folds out like a book, right? Whereas this album is a lot more simpler, where it's just a simple like big sleeve that just houses the vinyl and like a special like little booklet, which is kind of like very reminiscent of like older records, or just like, I guess, sort of smaller albums that don't really need to be split into like two separate discs. So I guess depends on the album, depends on the artist, but just something I wanted to kind of mention. But let's see the inside of the yellow. So obviously same booklets as it was on the red one, and on top of that the same sleeve for the record. But the record itself looks, ooh, you know what? This looks pretty damn nice. The red one still by far is my favorite out of the two, but look how nice this one looks. So this is the Translucent Yellow record for the album. It heavily reminds, I don't know what it reminds you guys about, but it reminds me heavily of Mountain Dew. The color of Mountain Dew and just that beautiful kind of like yellowish green color that I've known of for many, many years in my life. It definitely hits. And I appreciate that color quite a lot. If you know me, then you know I enjoy that color a lot and that flavor. So it reminds me of that, and I like it a lot because of that. But even then, like without making that connection, I still like the look of it. It still looks really, again, I don't know if the camera's doing it enough justice. I really don't know, but in person, it looks beautiful. I need artists to do translucent records more. They just come out so nice. I don't know what the play quality is of the translucent records, because I know like black records, the standard black is just like the best when it comes to general quality, sound quality. When you start messing with the color of it, making them either translucent, making them picture discs, making them colored, they start to lose their quality, like sound quality a bit, right? Every single different form of vinyl tends to be a little bit worse if you're looking for specifically sound quality for your record. If I'm not mistaken, I think I mentioned this before, but picture discs tend to be the worst when it comes to general sound quality. When it comes to like translucent records versus like color records, I think translucent's a little bit worse than the colored. I think because they are a little bit like, it's hard to see, but like they are bits, they're translucent, right? So they're a bit see-through. So you don't have like the same kind of material, or I guess like strength, right? That colored vinyls or black vinyls would have. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that in like the ranking of those in terms of sound quality, but I like to go, obviously I like to listen to the albums, to my records, but I also like to look at them. I personally like going more for records that just look very pleasing to the eye, and that's what I prefer a lot of the time. So, but that's just me. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. But there we have it. Ava Max's Don't Click Play album. Go freaking check it out for yourself. Stream it on your favorite freaking streaming service. Buy the album physically. It's a great album. I genuinely do enjoy it, and I'm happy to continue supporting her music journey, and of course her music in general, because I just love it a lot, and I cannot wait to hopefully go see her in concert at a later point, or maybe even next year. I don't know. She'll need to re-announce that tour of hers. But yeah, that's all for today. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have listened, obviously, to the album itself, what you think about it, if you want to give me your thoughts on it, and if you actually have, bought any of the other releases for this album, and which ones did you buy? Did you buy the CD? Did you buy the yellow vinyl, the red vinyl? Did you buy all three of them like I did? Let me know down below. As per usual, that's another unboxing for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You already know the drill. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.